Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. Tesla has a mess on their hands. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla has got a mess. Tesla's got a mess on their hands. Elon Musk has got a mess on his hands. Vendez, how you doing, man? OMG. Have you heard about this? Yeah, Tesla's in big trouble, brother. It's interesting. I want to sort my icons out here just a little bit. Kind of wait for a few people to get in here. Yes, this is huge news. Huge news. Yeah, so the SEC is directly going after Elon Musk, and he's getting sued directly by the SEC. So this is a big story. This is a big story. I don't know if anybody is tracking the price, kind of watching the price movement. I've been doing that, and a fellow creator of mine just went live like a few minutes ago. Positive Investing. He went live, and so I'm missing his I'm missing his live stream. I'd like to be in there, but I want to do my own thing. Can y'all hear me all right? Vendez, can you hear me all right? I'm using a different mic for now. My plug-in mic, my lav mic, I had to stop using that. I'm using the one in the computer right now. Yeah, you're good. Okay, good. Good. That's all I'm concerned with. Yeah, so you're gonna buy the dip. Well, yeah, I'm probably not. I'm probably one thing I want to say in response to that is just be careful, brother, because right now the SEC has got their teeth kind of sunk into this thing, and they've got the SEC is directly suing Elon Musk. So I have a very strong feeling every time news hits about this particular case, Tesla stock is going to drop off pretty big. We can jump over here and look at a few articles real quick. And there's a couple little things I want to touch on. Well, quite a bit of stuff, and we'll just kind of learn as we go. I'm going to kind of be taking in information as we're doing this. Oh yeah, I'm going to wait a bit. But last time news hit Tesla hard, it recovered instantly. Yeah, it did. The SEC's got their paws in it now, so it's kind of a different story. Let me go over here to scene 2, and I will pull up a few articles. So, Elon Musk accused by SEC of misleading investors in tweet. Of course, most all of us in here probably know the backstory behind that. He was accused by the Securities and Exchange Commission of misleading investors when he tweeted that he had funding lined up to take the company private. And in the past 24 hours, I've been on such a roller coaster ride with Tesla. I mean, just such an absolute roller coaster ride. He made this tweet, and it sent, obviously it was very openly considered stock manipulation. And they've begun their lawsuits. SEC is going to begin their lawsuits, and that's not good. I'm going to pull up a quote on Tesla stock right now. So, it closed the market at $307.52, netting a $2 loss on the day. In extended hours, it is down $36.27. They are down 11.79%. They had that much market cap just erased almost immediately. So let's look at this after hours drop off. Let me refresh in case I don't know if I got CNBC set up on a refresh. But yeah, so this is the trading movement that has taken place after hours right here. Let me open it up a little bit. We kind of get the point. It traded sideways most of the day, and then here when they closed, it just went kaboom. It's still dropping, and it continues to drop. Okay, still dropping. And obviously this is in response to the big news article that came out. I want to also touch on one other thing really quick, and this is not hate. This is just kind of help you kind of explain a little bit where I'm at with things. Kind of like I said, the past 24 hours have been a roller coaster ride, because this morning, well, 13 hours ago, Jeremy over at Financial Education uploaded this video, why Tesla stock is going to $3,000 soon. And I didn't have time to watch it. I was busy. I didn't have time to watch it till I got home in the afternoon. So I clicked on this video, I watched it, and his thesis is very futuristically based. It's kind of projected numbers that he's futuristically projecting. And I watched it, and I gotta be honest with you, at the end of the video, I kind of like how he closed with a few ideas about, once we get through this turbulent time, well, guys, we are going to be on some turbulent times. Because now that the SEC is firmly got their teeth sunk into this thing, every time we get an update, every time we get a news update or anything like that, Tesla stock is going to get hit hard. I'm going to jump back over to scene one and see if more people have shown up. So it looks like we just have a couple in here. Okay. Vendex says, oh yeah, for sure, I'm going to wait a bit, but last time news hit Tesla hard, it recovered instantly. Okay, so I think we've already touched on that. So, is anybody in here? Anybody watching? I think I had my stream set up to go live at 5 o'clock. Maybe I need to fix that. Or maybe it's not going to show up until I... Okay, good. Vendex, you're still watching. Awesome. Yeah, so any kind of information that you gather about it, go ahead and post it down. I set this stream up for 5 o'clock. I think that might be why subscribers aren't getting a notification. Did you find this by search results, or did you find it through like a subscriber notification? I'm going to click back over here. It was a notification. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. I'm going to click back over here and keep looking. So now it's down to $270. It just keeps falling. It just keeps falling. Wow, 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 wow. Unbelievable. Elon, what have you got yourself into? Yeah, this is probably a really high trending topic right now. There's probably several people looking into this storyline right now. Let me get back here on OBS and go to my scene 2. I'm going to pull up stock twits. I'm sure this is the biggest trending story right now. So this is another good place, guys, for news and information to stock twits. A lot of times I'll come here and you can just kind of hear the public response of what's going on. So it would be kind of cool, I guess, to go through and read some of the comments that people are saying right now. SEC is gangster thugs and rampant with oil companies. Okay, we're not going to read that nonsense. Prop on the penny at lows. It's just straight up manipulation. Did at 275 as well. Tesla is doomed. I don't think Tesla is doomed. I think it's going to get beat up for a while. I really do. I don't think it's doomed. Imagine $1,000... 280 puts, 2 cents per... Okay. Buying at 223. So, yeah, 223 is probably a good place to buy. I don't know if we're going to get that low. What kind of big financial consequences can this have on the company? That I don't know either. I know these lawsuits are going to be very expensive, and they are definitely going to hurt Tesla. They're going to hurt the bottom line, that is for sure. Tesla is about to get super ugly. Let's see. I want accounting reinstatements on margins. Good luck to new CEO. It will not be easy to continue from here. Tesla, easy money, buy dip every effing time. I love Tesla. Yeah, now that's a strategy too, is buying on the dip. But I think you need to come at this thing with a price point. You need to say, okay, I'm willing to buy Tesla here. Like this guy up here says he's willing to buy at 220. I would probably have to agree with him. That's probably a pretty decent buy-in point. But, you know, set a price target. If you hit it, great. If you don't hit it, pass it by. Because every time, like, you also have to think about institutional sell-off in the morning. Okay? So this is going to hit really hard right now. And then, like I said, there's a lot of people that are probably going to sell out of their position and a lot of institutional selling in the morning. So I'm thinking we're going to see the 260s really soon today still. Okay? Because we've already touched 270. Let's kind of see where we're hitting now. All right, so let's see what the day low is. They're not going to show the after hours lows. But I mean, it might really retest its 52-week low. 244, I could see that happening as soon as tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see that tonight. Elon Musk calls SEC fraud lawsuit unjustified. Says he acted in his best interest of investors. Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go over. The SEC isn't going to... You know, Elon Musk is a very influential guy. Let's pull up this breaking news and see what's going on. So he calls SEC fraud lawsuit unjustified. Said he's acted in the best of his interest of his investors. I'm going to jump back to scene one quick. It's going to be a hard recovery. Let's keep following this story here. I guess I don't have many people in here right now, but I'm going to keep going because I want to keep trying to cover this story. So, whether Vendex, thank you for hanging with me, bud. I really appreciate it. All right, now we got someone else in here. Good. What's your opinion on Royal Caribbean stock? Well, let's, Eric, I appreciate that. I tell you what, let me write that down. But we are covering this Tesla story. It is red hot right now. But I tell you what I'll do, Eric. I will write down Royal Caribbean stock, and I'll cover it in a video very soon, and maybe we'll get to it at the end of this one. So there's breaking news on Tesla right now as we speak. I'm gonna jam back over there on scene 2. Let's go dig back into this story some more. So Elon Musk is calling this SEC fraud lawsuit unjustified. Says he's acting in the best interest of investors. I don't know. I don't really agree with that. I don't think he's acting in the best interest of investors right now. Because if this funding was secured, hopefully the public would already have some level of proof about that. The SEC complaint alleges Musk made that claim knowing it was false and without the input of other Tesla executives. So let's take a look. Maybe we can watch this short video here. Well, it's 10 minutes long. I don't want to do that. Let's just kind of skim this article a little bit. Said he acted in the best interest. The unjustified action by the SEC leaves me deeply sad and disappointed. I've always taken action in the best interest of truth, transparency, and investors. Integrity is the most important value in my life, and the facts will show I never compromise this in any way. Again, I don't know what kind of a legal leg he is standing on here, because even the proof is in the pudding, guys, and the truth is out there. Good CEOs do not go on like this. They do not continue to act this way. Okay, when's the last time you've seen Tim Cook or Jeff Bezos or Larry Page or Mark Zuckerberg or any of these guys do something crazy like this and completely manipulate the stock over a tweet? That's my point. It's not good etiquette. It's not It's not proper CEO behavior. And, you know, if you're brave enough to make a move like this, I guess you just have to kind of deal with all the mess that's going to come with it. So Tesla is still probably a very good investment. I really want to get to the next earnings report to even make any kind of calculated judgment on that. But this is not good. The party is just starting right now. The party is just getting started, okay? I was telling my friend Josh here a few minutes ago, I was like, this thing is just warming up. I thought it would take forever for the SEC to get involved. That's usually their proceedings. They're usually very slow, methodical. It takes time for the SEC to get involved. It's a slow revolution towards an active investigation. This happened very quickly in comparison to a lot of the SEC movements in the past that they've got so immediately involved. Here is the epic Elon Musk tweet. This little piece of intellectual property right here, guys, that little piece, that little bitty tweet right there has cost this man so much. I mean, it has just cost him a nightmare. I mean, if he could just have this 3 seconds of typing back, I wonder how much, you know, if he had just an extra second to think about it and go, should I hit send or not? I wonder what he would do. Probably not send it. It was way too much trouble. Now, if you want to look at this tweet objectively, he's not saying he is taking Tesla private. He says he's considering taking Tesla private. So, but then when he put this funding secured on the end there, that's what alerted the SEC. That's what woke the SEC up out of their sleep and said, okay, we got to get involved now. You guys remember Tesla stock got halted almost immediately. And the price run up really high. And once they finally opened up trading again on it, and it's been a roller. Like, if you would have shorted Tesla that day, you would be in beautiful shape. If you'd have bought puts in Tesla that day, you'd be in great shape right now. Let's go back and look at the pricing right now. I'm going to pull up, let's use Yahoo Finance. So we can see what the pricing is. Oh, they're under $270. Oh, Elon, what have you done, brother? You are beating yourself up. You are your own worst enemy. You know, this is what you're doing to your company. You know what I mean? Like, he's a brilliant man, a genius, and he's brilliant with inventions and creations, all these things he does. But what are you doing to your company, bro? You're killing it. Look at that, 268. How are you losing 13% after hours? How are you doing this, man? Like, get it together. Like, the other companies, the other tech companies, all the other car companies are not having this issue right now. Like, what are you doing to your poor company? All right, we got 7 people in here now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Eric 10, okay, look forward to it. Yeah, Eric, I will, today I want to stay really focused on this, but I'll still keep up with my homework. I'll probably do one of those over the weekend. Austin's here, Austin Freeman. As soon as he made that private comment, my buddy said he will get investigated, and lo and behold, yes. I said the same thing. I have had the same opinion. My theory has been for about 2 years now. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. Where do I leave off? As soon as he made that private comment, my buddy. Yes, so that's been my theory for a while now, is that I think Elon Musk needs to hire a CEO, hire somebody that's willing to run this company. I think he needs to kind of move away from that role. I don't think he's got the correct mentality. I don't think he has, like I said, this man is a genius. Okay, he doesn't see the same things we see. He sees science, numbers, ideas, inventions. He builds spaceships and robots, and that's what he does. That is his strengths, but managing a company and keeping them moving in the right direction is also one of his strengths. But living by all the CEO ethical rules is, he just doesn't do it. And then he turns right around and goes and gets high with Joe Rogan on live TV. Okay, and now now his empire is crumbling a little bit. Tesla is still a good company. The numbers will still be there if they're there. The demand for the vehicles is still going to be there. But you know, Tesla doesn't really have. Let's jump on that for a second. Let's jump right back on scene 2 and look, you know, at some of the underlying numbers that sit here. So, let's just take a look. Wow, $40 trimmed off of the stock after hours. Unbelievable. I wonder what the rest of the sector is even looking like right now. I have no idea. I wonder what, you know, the tech stocks getting hit. Nope, the tech stocks look fine. Amazon looks good. Alibaba looks good. Facebook, Google, Square, Nvidia. Yeah, everything else looks fine. Nothing else is really getting hit that hard. Tilray's up in after hours. Teva Pharmaceuticals is up. So yeah, everything else looks fine. Doesn't look like the big tech companies are reacting to this. 266. Oh, Elon, what are you doing? What are you doing, Elon? Let's take a little bit more of a fundamental approach and kind of look at this, though. Because here's a couple things right here. First off, you know, I've never done an analysis video on Tesla, but there's a lot of things that bother me, like these negative profit margins, negative operating margins. Also, I got a complaint earlier this week about a few things, so I'm gonna do my stock analysis just a little differently. But this right here bothers me. Negative 50% return on equity, negative 5% on assets. So yes, I'm aware all the demand is there, all the want, all the support is there. That 20% of people hold the stock short on the shares outstanding. 28% of the people hold this stock short based off of the float. Okay, this is not healthy. The PE ratios are terrible. You got one that's 100. Your trailing PE doesn't even exist because obviously they're not profitable. Your quarterly revenue growth, yeah, that's pretty good. It's decent. The $2 billion in cash, $13 billion in total debt. That, I mean, you know, look, their operating cash flow, negative $318 million. Levered free cash flow, negative $2.76 billion. I mean, this is not... I know all the investors are behind this stock, and it's a very cultish stock. A lot of people invest in Tesla because they believe in the vision and they believe in the future of this company. I believe in Tesla, and I believe in Elon Musk, but I cannot get behind this thing because, you know, if anything, I'm going to go short. When they rise back up, I'm hitting them with a short. I'm buying puts on them because this is not a good balance sheet, and this company is not positioned to be doing these types of things. No company is in position to do this kind of stuff. Nobody, not even Apple or Google. Apple and Google can't even get away with this kind of stuff, and it's just disappointing. It's just so disappointing. Let's look at, oh man, 266 flat, 265. The price is just, I mean, it's on sale today, guys. Yeah, if you want to buy shares, you know, go for it. I would probably try to talk you out of it if I was at your house with you right now. You'll probably get some pop. But listen, we're going to have some more sell-off in the morning. People are going to be upset about this for a minute, okay? I would just kind of chill out for a little while. I would just try to chill out on Tesla for a little while. All right, we got a couple more people in here. Josh is here. All right, good. Yeah, Josh was the guy I was just having the conversation with a little while ago. Me and Josh were talking. He actually sent, thank you, Josh. Let me thank you, buddy, because Josh sent me the article. and I skimmed past it. I was ordering something off Amazon, and my mind was racing, and then I got plugged back in. I'm like, oh, this is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal, and it is. This is not good, man. This is not good. The SEC has their teeth firmly sunk into this thing now. They don't go away. They're like a bad case of cancer. You can dodge, avoid, duck, and protect, but they're still going to punch you right square in the face anytime they feel like it. All right, Austin. Tesla better move on from him. I hope it drops to possibly buy. Too rich for me. Thank you, Austin. Thank you. I appreciate you having the intelligence and the wisdom to say that. Andrew Trapman. It just proves that Musk has to step down from CEO. Exactly. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Yes. I think Tesla would be better run by a better businessman. I just do. That's how I honestly see this company. It would benefit Tesla a lot if they would, maybe Elon Musk doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to, I don't even know if this is in his thought streaming. I wish I could call and talk to him sometimes, but he probably is too busy right now. But yes, exactly. Like Tesla needs a businessman running the company, and then let Elon go do his genius stuff all day, inventions and spaceships and rocket launchers and all this other kind of mess he's involved in, and build cars and make the company better. But they need a better, stronger business leader to run this company. It's just that simple. And it's too many mistakes now. It's too many. Okay. It'll rebound. The cult is. I think it rebounds, but I okay, Josh. But let me tell you this right here. I think you're right. I think Tesla will rebound. I think you're going to see a nice, drop off, and then probably a nice big bounce back up. But then in 2 weeks, when phase 2 of the investigation starts, and Elon Musk's phone and computers and all this stuff has been seized by the SEC, boom, it goes right back down. You have to think the long-term game here is that Tesla is going to get its butt handed to him for a while. Okay, this party's just getting started. The SEC ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Buy on the dip? I'm not buying on the dip. No, I'm going to start shorting it on any kind of big gain. I wish I would have shorted it today. No, I'm not. I don't even want to do that right now. I'll probably start collecting put options. So if I see Tesla start getting up there, 285, 290-ish, 300, yeah, I'm probably gonna start putting in put options on them. I might short. Of course, I don't want my margin to bounce that hard. I don't want to have that much fluctuation in my margin, so I might not. But I'm definitely going on the short side of things, whether it's with put options or whether it's with a short sale. Doesn't matter if it drops to 270, Tesla can raise back up in just a matter of days, and vice versa. It's too volatile. Yes, Eric, correct. Very volatile. If you're going to listen to me, guys, if you're going to get involved with Tesla, have a concise strategy laid out before you ever jump in. Say, I'm going to buy it 250 and I'm going to sell it 260, or I'm going to buy it 270 and I'm going to sell it 280. Have an entrance game, have an exit game. Do not just blindly start buying the stock and think it's just all going to work out, because this is going to get ugly. It's just like with China and the ongoing trade tariffs. We get updates about that every single day. But guess what? The Chinese stocks bounce up and they get hammered again, and they bounce up and they get hammered again. But the overall economy in China is very depressed. Okay, and this is the same thing right here. Is Elon Musk has created this monster, and it's out of control. And it's just getting started, unfortunately. And I'll give you an example. In a couple days from now, some real positive news will come out about Tesla. Elon Musk slapped the SEC in the face with blah blah blah. It'll be very defensive of Tesla. It'll be to, make them. But this company is running on news right now. They're not running on numbers, and they're running on cult investing and news. Okay. You can't do business that way. Would you go to a car lot and buy a car if the car salesman was like, this car might run, it's going to run, I think it's going to run better than any car on the lot. Okay, I'm going to charge you $17,000 a month as a payment, and doesn't get any gas mileage. But there's a possibility this could be the, come on, you got to use your business sense here. You got to think about, news is running this stock. News is. I'd aim closer to 250, maybe less. It's going to be a bumpy ride for a while. Yeah, good. All right. Yeah, Josh is right. Yeah. Let's see what it's doing. Let's jump over and check it out again. I'll come back to this next comment, Josh. Tesla is a stock you could make a lot of money on if you ride the wave, but it's a perpetual roller coaster. Yes, I wouldn't bet long. The Trump admin is going to hit hard, like Jeff said. Look how fast the SEC is moving. Yeah, I mean, I am so surprised they jumped right on this. Like, I've been wrong quite a few times this year about these type of things. I definitely did not call this one right. I figured the SEC would have been 6 months, maybe a year, before they started their investigation. No, they are moving rapidly on this thing. So, is it finding some resistance, or is it just a trap door? What's going on here? 13% loss. 13%, guys. Come on. Let's go full screen. Pull up the 1 day. So it's not showing. Let's go back to CNBC. CNBC has better charting. So, is it finding a support level? Is it finding some resistance here? Barely. I think the bottom's going to continue to fall. I don't think we've seen the last of this yet. I mean, just look, like I said, just look at its movement from, right here, 1600 hours. That'd be 2 o'clock p.m. So that would be that would be 5. Let's see. No, that's 4, 5, and 6. So that's actually an hour ahead of my time. Sorry about that. But let's just track its price movement. So it has this huge drop off right here at market close. Let me try to zoom in on it really, really good. Right here at market close, it just went boom and fell off. 10 points, 12 points right off the bat right there. Okay, found a little bit of support, and then boom, it crashes again. So it goes from the 290s, 292, 297 range down to 275. Finds just a little bit of support. Find a few, and then boom, it gets. I mean, it's just getting beat down so hard right now. Look at this. 266. So now we're finding a little bit more support. And I don't mean we. I'm not invested in Tesla, but Tesla is finding a little more support here at these levels. And wow, it's not good. This is not good. Let's see if we got any more news brewing. I don't know. Josh, let me see. If you see any news, Josh, just post it or mention it or something. Please and thank you. Let's see. $266. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find. Let's use a different resource. So I had one pulled up by Bloomberg. Let me see that with the Business Insider. Sometimes you can get different angles with different news outlets. Elon Musk wants to bar him from being CEO of a public company. See, there we go. We got a little bit of an angle right there. Is that they want to bar him from being the CEO. Probably the best thing that could happen to Tesla. So the charges stem from Musk's tweet about taking his electric car private at $420 a share. Fell as much as 11% after hours trading. SEC alleges that Musk's initial tweet about taking Tesla private was false and misleading. That's the thing right there. He is not coming to terms with this. He is I know he's fighting it legally the best he can, but he has to come to terms with this right here. Is that the, right here, it was a false and misleading, and it was stock manipulation. You can't change that now. The stock was halted, then it was reopened at a completely different price. And it was completely manipulation of the stock. Okay? That's like Apple coming out and saying, we're going to take Apple private. Do you realize the amount of outrage would happen if Apple or Google, Microsoft, Facebook, even a company like Twitter or Snapchat or just whatever come out and said this? Do you realize the amount of pain would come their way from this? So let's read this complaint. This is interesting. Musk knew or was reckless in not knowing that each of these statements was false and or misleading because he did not have an adequate basis in fact for his assertions. When he made these statements, Musk knew that he had never discussed a going private transaction at $420 a share with any potential funding source, had done nothing to investigate whether it would be possible for all current investors to remain with Tesla as a private company via a special purpose fund, and had not confirmed support of Tesla's investors for a potential going private transaction. So, let's unscramble that a bit. What he should have done, and really I don't know the legalities of this because I'm not watching over this case, but the steps he should have taken was make sure the funding was secured, filed all the necessary paperwork, go through all the necessary court proceedings that you need to go to, make sure you have all your ducks in a row, then make a public statement. Okay, but he did things backwards, and now he's fighting to prove this. Of course, we heard about this where he responded to the SEC's lawsuit in a statement that the unjustified action from the SEC leaves me deeply saddened and disappointed. I've always taken action in the best interest of the truth, transparency, and investors. Okay, I've read that statement too many times. Let me jam back over here to the comments and see what we got going on. All right. Hey, who was asking me about WWE the other night? Because I will take a look at WWE quick, and I'll also take a look at Royal Caribbean stock. Okay, so TRT... Sorry, I didn't realize you were live. Yeah, my son was making a bunch of noise. You gotta wonder where his lawyers are. Well, I'm sure Elon's got a powerful legal group behind him. YT isn't letting me post links. Okay, check TechCrunch. All right, let me pull up a TechCrunch then. It's probably front page news. Haha, yes it is. Yeah, it's just kind of more of the same right now. Nothing new happening there. I think investors believe in Elon Musk's Tesla rather than other CEO Tesla. Okay, let me try this again. I think investors believe in Elon Musk's Tesla rather than... Okay, I see what you're saying. If Elon Musk steps down, Tesla would be no different than a regular automotive company. What's your take on this? No, I disagree because I think Elon Musk can still have a great influence on all the innovation, the vision of the company. I think Elon can still run this company from a standpoint, but they need like a they need a Tim Cook, for the they need a CEO, they need a businessman to just run and operate the company and be the public eye. And Elon could be like 99% owner of the company, but he's gonna have to hand it off to somebody else. I think he can still have an amazing influence on the company. It even kind of like Alibaba, where Jack Ma plans to retire soon. There's still so much faith in Alibaba because Jack Ma is still gonna have so much influence on what goes on there. Same concept. If Elon Musk stepped into a different role, he's still gonna have so much hands-on and hands-off influence on what goes on. And they just need like Like I said, they just need a better businessman in there running the company. A guy that's not going to make these kinds of mistakes, that knows all the ethical coding, knows the right things to say, the right things to do. He knows how to build faith in investor faith and not tear it down. All Elon Musk has been doing lately is tearing down the faith of the investor. Even if he has the best product in the world, if you're ripping your investors down, you're not making any company progress. YouTube isn't letting me post links. So that's kind of a tricky question, because if Eric, that is tricky, because if Elon moved into a different role, investors would lose faith. They would think what you think. Like, if he was a step into a different role, they put more of a businessman in charge, they would lose faith temporarily, okay? But once they see that Elon's genius and his innovation and all the things he's going to bring to the table are still well intact and still going to be a part of Tesla's future, I think you regain all that confidence. And like I said, then you have a CEO that's running the show, like a Tim Cook, a guy that can crank out numbers, keep investors happy, keep customers happy, and has consideration for all of that stuff. Like I said, be a very good public figure to like stand in front of the company. Elon released a statement. It's okay, I've seen that. Scroll down just a hair. There was also some big news today too, is that Google and Facebook has released the ban on cryptocurrency ads. So cryptocurrency ads are going to make their way back to YouTube and Google search and Facebook. So I think that's a real bullish thing for cryptocurrency right now, because the ads really program investors. Unfortunately, that's how it works a lot now. Let's go ahead and look at this TechCrunch thing. Let me refresh. All right. Tesla's CEO Musk calls SEC securities fraud charge an unjustified action. Yes, I had this pulled up earlier on CNBC. I think I've already read it. I'm a guess most everybody in here heard that when I was reading that, but let's just touch on it again. He looks a little confused there, don't he? He's like, man, I want a joint. His unjustified action has left him deeply sad and disappointed. Yes, we've read this. This unjustified action by the SEC leaves me deeply sad and disappointed. I've always taken action in the best interest of truth, transparency, and investors. Integrity is the most important value in my life, and the facts will show I never compromise this in any way. Sent a tweet that he has secured funding, was considering taking Tesla private. The tweet wasn't warmly embraced by the Tesla board or many shareholders. And like what, let me ask y'all this. This is a good discussionary thing. Let me get back over here because I want to talk about this just a little bit. So now, what do the people he work with, what do you think they think right now? The people that work with Elon Musk, the men he works side by side with day in and day out, what exactly do they think about all this nonsense? I know during the Joe Rogan interview, people were texting him and asking him why was he smoking weed on live television and to stop doing it. And then he kind of played it off like, oh, I didn't inhale and blah, blah, blah. But what do y'all feel about that? The people he works with, his colleagues and associates, how do they view this, kind of erratic behavior he's been displaying lately? Let's go back here. So yeah, it's sitting at $267 a share right now. Not good. Not good. I guess it is finding some resistance right now. It is kind of holding itself up. But boy, I hate to see what it's going to look like in the morning. yeah, it is finding a little bit of support here at 260, but not a lot of time has passed. I think we've only been doing this live stream for about 40 minutes now, so we got a little while. The market's still going to run for a little longer before it's completely closed. And let's see, we got all kinds of people going live right now doing this. Wow. Yeah, and like Jeremy on financial education, so let's see, he just uploaded a new video. Now look at this, guys. Tell me what you think about this right here. Tell me, 13 hours ago he publishes a video, why Tesla stock is going to $3,000. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't even see that. Let me... Look at this right here. Look at this. 13 hours ago, he publishes a video that says why Tesla stock is going to $3,000 soon. Then 12 minutes ago, he publishes a video, Elon Musk charged with fraud by SEC. Now, I like Jeremy. I watch his channel. I tune in. But what kind of message is he sending people here? What is this? What you're contradicting yourself 13 hours apart. You know, like, I mean, I know he has a lot of subscribers. I know he gets a lot of views. I know he's a very successful channel. But what are you doing here? Like, what is that? You got to go in a direction. You know, like, I think stuff like this just tends to confuse people, and it you know, everyone who run out and bought the stock today, they're going to be scrambling to sell it and taking 13% loss or whatever. You know, like, especially novice level investors, what kind of message are you sending them when you do things like this? I'm disappointed a little bit here. You know, like, I think he's better than this, you know? All right. If electric car becomes a trend, will electric utilities be benefited from this? I think you're like, you know, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a very good thought. Yes, electric companies should benefit from this quite a bit, you know, in the long game here. And, you know, the Tesla products are still intact. And the car company and all the things that Tesla does, you know, really Tesla is actually a solar company, solar energy company, and a battery company. But any, you know, all of that stuff is still intact. What's always steered me away from getting invested in Tesla, like I said, is the balance sheet and the statistics on it. You know, the financial numbers. Okay, that's what's always kind of kept me from investing in Tesla, is that their financials are a little scary to me. Now you can come to their income statement here. I'm just going to read them off. I'm not going to keep switching back between the scenes, but like their revenue statement. So they have went up consistently in 2014, 2015, 2016, and then even in December of 2017 was their best year. And you know, but you know, to keep in mind, just to counterbalance that a little bit, the income statements are also getting bigger and bigger. The losses in income statements and the net income is also getting bigger and bigger. And they miss on earnings quite a bit. They get lowered guidance quite a bit. Their net income applicable to common shares, like I said, it's like a huge gap that keeps getting bigger. So they went from 294 million up to well over $1 billion of applicable losses to common shares. Okay, so that's just not, those kinds of things have always kind of kept me away from Tesla a little bit, you know. Let's see, Jeremy made a video recently about the Tilray hype and comparing it to cryptocurrency. Oh, the irony. Well, I mean, Jeremy has a huge platform. And, you know, I am not disrespecting him one bit. I think Jeremy's a fantastic guy and all that. And he's a great YouTube creator. And he's probably making, I don't know, he's probably making close to $1 million a year. I have no idea. And that's none of my business, nor do I care. What I am upset about is this, what I just showed you all a few minutes ago. This is disappointing to see when he makes a video, of course you have to kind of observe the content of these videos a little bit. I don't think anywhere in here Jeremy gave out a specific price point to buy Tesla, but he puts out a very bullish video on Tesla, why Tesla stock is going to $3,000 soon, and then he, like I said, right here, he's charged with a fraud by SEC. Okay, and so it's interesting that I don't think that's a good message to send investors. When you change your mind in 13 hours about something, you know, I mean, look at his face here. He's smiling, and now he looks kind of depressed. And I like Jeremy. I watch his channel a lot, and I comment a lot, and I've supported him and helped him all throughout all of this. But, you know, you're not, you just probably need to let that position go for now. Okay? You probably just need to move on to something else, because this is not working out too well for you. Let's see what the pricing is looking like now. Let's get a little refresh on this baby. 268. So it's finding some support here. It's finding some support. Maybe there's some institutional buyback coming. It's finding a little bit of support, just like I said, you know, the amount of time that we have it here, it's not very long. So when we've dipped under $270 here, you know, we're finding a little bit of resistance in these low 265s, 266, and it's bouncing. But I bet there's going to be a lot of movement on Tesla first thing in the morning. Keep that in close mind right there. I think we're going to see some big time movement. I'm going to go ahead and do the pop-out chat so I just need to do that permanently anyways. Let's see here. All right, now we're ready to do this thing right. All right, so where did it go? This is our current price movement right here. It is not, we're not, are any of y'all invested in Tesla? Is there anybody in here that is a, you know, Tesla long? Because, you know, chime in and comment, because, you know, you know, it's just not a stably run, you know, a good CEO can make a company so great, and I'm not saying Elon Musk is a bad CEO. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that he's not being ethical. He's not working under good ethical codes, okay? And this frightens me when I see this kind of stock movement right here. All right, let's see what we got. Hot Stock Girl. Oh, hey, Hot Stock Girl. How are you doing? Are you watching this Tesla noise? Are you checking this out? Current Tesla. Thanks for coming. I'm happy you're here. Current Tesla versus Neo. Which one would you go for? Ooh, boy. I'm not going to buy Neo anytime soon, because we need a couple earnings reports to come out before we even know what kind of stock or what kind of company we're investing in. Tesla's too big of a mess. Tesla's probably, yeah, much better investment, but now we gotta let the SEC noise cool off a little bit. I've been bearish on Tesla since I drove the Model 3. I love it. Okay, why didn't you like the Model 3, Hot Stock Girl? That's cool. That right there changed your mind that quick, huh? What do you think Tesla's plans are for the future? I think Elon Musk is it's too hard to say. I think they're going to be in court a lot. I think he's going to get beat up a lot. I think Tesla's going to get A lot of short-term pain. This might go on for a while. Like you know, I mentioned earlier in the video, the SEC, once they get their claws sunk in you, they stay in you for a while. Okay, the individual lawsuits that came at Elon Musk earlier, those actually probably were going to net more of a bigger payout. But the SEC can ruin your. They can do things to you that nobody else can. They can cut your stock. They can split your stock. They can do all kinds of nasty stuff. Okay, it's a big deal. This Tesla story has officially been upgraded to a big deal now. Okay. It's a fartsy car with an iPad in the middle. I haven't drove one. Not really my type. Not really the kind of vehicle I want or would want. Very attractive, very nice looking vehicle. Pricing is getting right. And I like Elon Musk. I don't want to send any mixed signals here. I really admire Elon Musk. I think he's a brilliant man, and I think he continues to be brilliant. But he's shooting himself in the foot with this stuff. And now that the SEC, like I said, they have got Elon by the throat right now. They got him by the throat up against the wall. And so no matter how he defends himself, he's coming out already defending himself, saying this is unjustified and this wasn't supposed to happen. He's just playing good defense, you know, is all he's attempting to do. The SEC doesn't care that, you know, about what he, you know, they're not going, okay, guys, let's call this off because Elon said we're being, you know, get real for a minute. Lydia, all right, Lydia made it, great. Hi, everyone, am I late? No, we just got started. We're going to be, you know what? I'll probably log off here in the next 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm gonna, if there more news comes out about this, I'll probably jump back on live and do this again. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to CNBC and see what the price is looking like. So it's at 267. It's finding some definite resistance there around 267. So look at the Tesla bonds. Bonds investors are super smart, and they are all trying to sell. Buffett fan, you were mentioning to me the other day that my videos suck and all this kind of stuff, all this nonsense. I'm glad you showed up, man. Oh, what is the problem? Because I don't read the income statements. Like, I've been investing for a long time. I've been doing this a long time. I don't get into the income statements. I'll explain why, though. Because most of the time, the income statements read backwards, okay? So it would be like 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014. It tends to confuse people. It tends to confuse people. And that's just another thing I feel like I have to stop and explain to viewers is that, you know, so I apologize. I do use income statements a lot. I've been using income statements a lot in my live chats. That's why I was hoping you would stumble into one and see. But the fact that they read backwards, it will confuse a lot of people. And also, you can get directly into your own brokerage, and they will read the right way. I've thought about doing that, but when you're trying to make a 10-minute video and you're already 3 hours into it, sometimes you cut a few corners to make a point, you know, get a point across. The big thing, like I said, it's always, you know, your operating margins, or your profit margins, operating margins, all that kind of stuff. I was being obnoxious. Sorry. All right, good. Let's shake hands and put this behind us. We're friends again. And you know, like I said, if you have any requests, if you have anything you'd like for me to work on, I keep a homework folder handy at all times. Let me see. Is my man still here? Let's see. Eric. Eric, are you still in here? Because we can take a look at Royal Caribbean real quick if you would like. Just holla if you hear me, brother. I enjoy your videos. Okay, thank you. I enjoy, and look, I enjoy critical comments. if I step out of line, I want to know about it. I want to be aware of it. If I screw something up, I make a bad call, I want to, call me out on it. That doesn't scare me a bit. All right. Okay, Eric, you're here. Okay, I'm going to go to scene 2, and let's take a look at Caribbean real quick. So you're talking about ticker symbol RCL. Now let's see what we got. The chart, I can already tell you the chart's probably looking pretty yummy. Let's look at it on a 1 year. Well, kind of sideways on the year. So we haven't made a whole lot of progress. We've dipped down. Looks like that was some good opportunities to buy when it was touched down to 100. I don't keep this one on my radar. I don't, this is kind of a luxury item. I tend not to invest in a lot of luxury items. I do some, but I kind of pick my battles a little bit. Like I hate to sound like Jeremy here, but I do like, Wynn Resorts on any major pullback. But this is, like I said, this is a luxury item, not something that, like if a recession or something like that was to happen, these kinds of stocks would probably get smashed pretty hard, because the first thing that goes during a recession is luxury items and Caribbean cruises and Honolulu girls. So it's a $27 billion market cap. I like the PE ratio, love it. Love the PE ratio. So it's 15% in a year. That kind of bothers me because Square runs 10% in one day. I'd rather be invested in something like that. But fun. Let's see. So your PG ratio 1 point. I like all this. Enterprise value revenue, good. Enterprise value EBITDA, good. Now this looks good. 20% on operating, 19% on profit, 16% on equity. You don't have any shorts. You have very low short percent of float. I know they pay a heck of a good dividend, 2.17. That's pretty good. So they've actually increased their dividend because their trailing is lower. Now let's see. Quarterly revenue growth's a little low, 6.5%. That's not super impressive. It's decent. Quarterly earnings growth, 26%. That's pretty good. Balance sheet. So, okay, this might be holding them back a little bit right here. $109 million of cash and $8.57 billion of debt. That's common, though. That's common for, like I said, for luxury items and stuff like that, that they're high debt, low cash. That, I guess it doesn't really hurt my opinion on them fundamentally, because that's just going to continue to level out and broaden as they become bigger and their market cap grows. So, all right. I like the dividend, though. It'd be a good stock to have, be collecting that 2% dividend on. Just not growing. I would call this a buy. I wouldn't call it a strong buy or anything like that. I would call this stock a moderate buy on any pullback. Now, I think we're up into highs again. Let me get a look here. Yeah, we're kind of getting up into some highs again. It might take off running. I don't know if there's any big news sitting on this stock. It has pulled back just a little bit there. It's come off its high, a couple percent, about 5% there. But it is moving in a very bullish direction over the past couple of months here. So, it might continue to do that. But in a 5-year run, let's see how it looks in a 5 years. So you're getting a 230% return in 5 years. So I'll call it a buy. I think there's obviously some stocks I would like better, but I'll say it's a buy. All right. Okay, so Lydia, I find it funny. Financial Education said it will be a $3,000 stock, then ranked it hours later. Yeah, Lydia, I covered that. I'll probably do like a highlights video later on, but I mentioned that and showed graphics of it several times already in this chat, where Jeremy's videos 13 hours apart are so contradictory that I'll pull it up. The title on the one 13 hours ago is Why Tesla Stock is Going to $3,000 Soon. And then 15 minutes ago, he publishes a video that says Elon Musk charged with fraud by SEC. I think that gives a bad sentiment to investors. I think that sends a bad message to investors. And I don't care how many subscribers he has, guys. You have to think about this stuff. It's basically a buy alert and a sell alert, and you just can't be that confused when you're an investor. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be confident in your steps. And I love Jeremy. I got all the love in the world for him, but he's got to clean that up a little bit. It's unacceptable. Tanked. Yeah, I figured out what you meant. Eric Tan Lydia, I think he wasn't expecting this news when he was recording the 3,000. Well, you got to know this news is coming. You know, this is we knew about this. You know, we've known about this for a long time now. You know, ever since the tweet, and even before that, Elon Musk has always been kind of a shifty character. So, you know, Buffett fan, you can't trust the forward P ratio on Yahoo Finance when analysts lower their forward guidance. Yahoo keeps the old numbers. Yes, I have noticed that. I have, I trust Yahoo Finance for the most part. Okay. Now, if I'm going to go and purchase a stock, I'm going to cross-reference with a lot of different platforms. I'm really going to do my cross-referencing on my personal brokers. So, like, you know, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, and I'm going to, you know, do a lot more intense research before I actually hit that buy or sell button. But Yahoo Finance is a comprehensive tool pretty much everybody understands and gets, and I can kind of keep, you know, like a crowd of people all under one roof mentally, and so that's why I like to use it. I think, you know, there's, like I said, I've used several different tools today. I've used Bloomberg, CNBC, Yahoo Finance. I've used MarketWatch. You know, I use Robinhood a lot. I use TD Ameritrade. So I think really the key to doing fundamental analysis is constant cross-referencing, checking. You know, Robinhood has a lot of inaccuracies. I hope nobody in here just uses Robinhood for all their research, because boy, you will get torched sometimes if you do. It's kind of best not to use the research tools on Robinhood. What do you think about the upcoming IPO? Aston Martin. That's exciting. That's exciting. That would be a stock. That would be a company I need to start looking at, start kind of digging into. Do you know when the IPO date is? And we can start to kind of anticipate that a little bit with forward news. Royal stock is raising because of good economy recently. Yes, and in a good economy, that stock is probably going to run. Like I said, it's moved about 15% in the year. I think the real key, you know, if you want to go off the 1 and 5 year charting, is just to make sure you buy in the dips. Okay, make sure you're buying in the dips. But that does have a nice dividend. What do you think of Uber or Lyft IPO? Oh yeah, we've already discussed that. So Hot Stock Girl, I have actually contacted my broker and asked them about Uber. I didn't ask them about Lyft, but we've talked about Robinhood and several other IPOs. And so I've called Fidelity and TD Ameritrade. I've called my professional brokers, and I've had employees research this for me. And so far, we don't have a IPO date on Uber or Robinhood. However, I think it's going to be great to invest in both. My one thesis I have about Robinhood is that you really got to watch JP Morgan Chase right now, because JP Morgan Chase is going to be releasing a zero commission broker. And I think, I don't know, I can't say this for sure, but if my gut tells me they're going to try to release that zero commission broker right around the time that Robinhood launches, IPOs, that could be very disruptive to Robinhood in the short term. Okay, is that you would see a lot of people, you know, especially JP Morgan Chase, with the amount of money and advertising, everything they can get behind, you know, their platforms. I think that could be very disruptive to Robinhood's IPO. So it's a lot of these things are just timing. I'm very bullish on Robinhood. Uber and Lyft, both of those, be very, very bullish on. And we'll just have to look at the numbers as we approach. But I will, you know what? It's probably about time I call down there and ask them about it again. I can't find anywhere online that's given us any approximate dates on when those IPO. But yeah, I'm going to want to get in some of those. Uber and Lyft and Robinhood probably all be great stocks to own. Aston Martin, I'll buy 007 shares. Oh. Yeah. At Josh Centers, I saw what you did there. What do you think, Hot Stock Girl? What do you think about the? Are you interested in the Uber or Lyft IPO? And if you are, we're already keeping an eye on that. But I hope to get the release date as soon as my brokers know. So, you know, I'm already kind of on that. What do you think? Are you going to be investing, or are you just going to be watching? Absolutely. All right. Good answer. According to a couple articles, Aston's IPO is scheduled to hit London Stock Exchange October 8th. Okay. Let me write that down. So we've covered that one. So, y'all just made my homework a little easier. I've already done one of them. Aston Martin, October 8th. That is coming really soon. So I need to start digging into their numbers. I need to start making calls and trying to figure out, you know, what we're going in. You know, just keep in mind, guys, you don't really know anything about a company when it IPOs. You don't. Y'all have probably heard me say this 100 times before. The only IPO I've ever bought into in my entire life, well, two. I bought a big position in Alibaba, and I bought a couple shares of NEO. Okay? I bought 3 shares of NEO. It was $30. But I bought about $30,000 of Alibaba when they IPO'd. That was a great decision. And I got in pre-IPO. So I went and filled out all this paperwork and went and talked to my brokers and sat down and had meetings with them and filled out all this stuff, and I got a couple of pre-IPO shares when they were still in the 60s. So as soon as the market opened, I was at a 50% gain. That was pretty cool. But most IPOs, you're not going to know fundamentally what, like Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat is a recent one I can think of. When they IPO, they were $27 a share by the end of the first trading day, maybe second trading day. And then now they're $9 a share. Okay, so what if you would have been investing in Snapchat on IPO day? You would be feeling the pain. You'd be holding a 66% loss. That's financial education kind of stuff right there. Rookie shit. Lydia says Uber has a lot of liability. Hey, is Nick still streaming? Will one of y'all look and see if Positive Investing is still streaming? I hate that I missed his live chat because I've been bugging the heck out of him about that. And he finally went live, and then I went live too. Uber has a lot of liability. I settle cases for them every day. Okay, so see, Lydia has a little bit of insight there. So Uber has a lot of liability. Yeah. Yeah, I think they also have a lot of profit margins and a lot of, you know, revenues too. But we're just not going to know. We're not really going to, you know, we can look at pre-IPO shares, but all that information is really held privately. As long as they're a private company, we can't have access to that. You know, we can hear blurbs of it. You know, I could call them directly. I could call their front office and try to request some of that information. And that might even be a good idea, to call Uber directly, call their investor relations department directly, take every little thing they'll give you. But being they're a private company, it's very limited on what they can even tell you. And if they sent you something or they gave you some information, would even be accurate, because the SEC is not watching it. So, but I know what, I'm going to dig into those a little bit. Lyft, Uber. I think I heard that Robinhood was going to IPO next year, 2019. So we probably got a long time there. JP Morgan offers free trade to compete with Robinhood. Is like Amazon coming to retail industries. Yeah. I look for JP Morgan Chase, their free platform, when they offer commission-free trading. I look that to be very disruptive to Robinhood, because here's why. It's the biggest bank in the United States. I've been investing with JP Morgan for a long time, so they have the advertising power. They can run an ad on everything you watch, everything you do. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, blah, 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 blah. And they're also going to have the amount of money they can sink into the brokerage, so they can make it the best research tool. They can make it, employees on staff constantly. Try to call Robinhood sometime. See what you get. Pick up the phone and try to call somebody at Robinhood. It don't happen. You can email the support back and forth, but that's slow and it's inconsistent. I've had to do it a few times. JP Morgan Chase can put the money behind it. They can really power the broker, and they can really empower all the people that get involved with it. So that's going to be very disruptive. I think they are not profitable right now, from what I understand. I do like their business model. Absolutely. They got a great business. They're selling service. We're in a service economy, and they sell a very comprehensive and easy to understand service. So, yeah, I'm interested in all those IPOs. I'm going to log off here in a minute. My son's got some homework, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Tesla story, guys. And if I get any more news, I'll probably go live again later tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. I think that might be a good idea. I might go live and pre-market tomorrow morning so we can watch the Tesla pricing first thing in the morning. Let me see where they're at right now. 266 flat. Elon, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy, Elon. Have you ever heard of DJI Technology, a Chinese company that makes drones? Okay, let's deal with that later, buddy. I'm gonna go get my son doing his homework and stuff, and I'll get back with y'all tonight.